Well, two things are involved in this. The actual creation of states that requires processes to be done, and seeding of Anioma state, which is going to include Ebanke and small other communities around that place to the southeast. So these two things, they are not the same thing. They are two different things, you see. So, but the process of the creation of states is quite tedious, and that one involves the National Assembly, the chairman and the House of Assembly members of that, existing states. Then ceding that state to another zone, which is what we are talking about. The number of people is begging the southeast to collect the opportunity of state creation from the southeast and also cede the Anioma land to the southeast where they originally belong. So the process of ceding it is just a simple process. I don't think it will take that tedious work, which is the National Assembly two-thirds will agree, which is the Senate and Rep, and the President agreed, assent. That's all about ceding. And you know that geopolitical zones are not constitutional. It's just mere political, divides. But now I learned that they want to make it to become constitutional.
Being front burner issues.
Thank you very much. You're right. But for one reason or the other, I've told you that for Anioma issue, we started it since 1939. And I wasn't the first person to start championing that cause. Right? We have asked for, we're still asking for it. But as I told you, something behind it, because they were to punish some people who fought a war against the British government. We call it Aye Kumeko here. All right? And that was the reason why they marooned all the Inuani and Ibuzo people to Benin province, where they have no man to talk about. Right? Now that it is the creation of Bendel and Edo that liberated us and put us now with our brothers at Okwane together. And that's what we're still fighting, that now that there's the creation of state, those of us who are marooned, we understand ourselves, we will form a group, right? And so we were the East, right? But as nature will have it, they have carved them out into different states. We can't go and merge in any of them. So Anioma should be left where it is, but zoned to the southeast.
Okay.
This is what Ned Nwoko is saying through his aide, Chief Justin Okbo. He said that these people have signed earlier. That they have signed earlier in favor of Anioma State Creation Bill proposal just before the Uyo/Enugu public hearing held few months ago, which has now become a working document for the successful completion of the process requisite for creating a new state as contained in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
But what we are saying here right now is that so many Anioma people that support the creation and zoning of Anioma State to the southeast are not happy with that decision made by southeast leaders. What we Anioma people want is Anioma State for Anioma people alone, and for the state to be zoned to the southeast. Anioma State comprises of the indigenous Igbos in those states, which are Ibanke people, Iru people, Ekpon people, and many others. There are about 7 Igbo-speaking community in Edo State. We want to make sure that they join Anioma State through boundary adjustments. We know that those Southeast.
So, but let's look at it this way. If Southeast agrees to give Anioma their slot, no, Anioma is asking too much. Anyway, they are asking too much. But let's assume that Southeast decide to give Anioma their slot. Oh yeah, we could not take. You are one of us. You are one of our brothers. Oh yeah, take. Then they should not forget that the National Assembly two-thirds will agree. The rep also, that's the National Assembly state and rep, will agree, and the president will assent to it. So the idea or the issue of whether they will later say they don't want again, they will come out, I don't think it is there. We are facing the facts now.
It's not the River Niger or the River Benue. But the boundary between East and West was put on the River Niger. And River Niger is in the middle of the Igbo block. So those of them who were marginalized to the West have been trying to go in. That's what we have been working on. And also...
All right, viewers, let's go into this discussion properly. And I will bring in some things that I believe some people did not, get to that stage, or they did not understand, or they did not see it at all on that press release from Senator Ned Nwoko, through his aide, Chief Justin Okpo. There is some important information in that press release, of which I'm going to bring up in this discussion. But meanwhile, the issue started with Southeast getting a slot to have an extra state. And when Southeast gets this slot, you know what it means. It means that they are going to have more powers to vote in a national decision. It means that they will have an extra governor. It means that they will have more allocation coming from the federal government. So now, the Igbo people from Delta State side, as the Delta North, they came and they begged the Southeast people, please relinquish this your governor and the new state. Give it to us. We are your brothers, even though we have, denied you people long ago. Even though that we have brought so many calamities upon all of us Igbos during the Civil War, during the coup. Please, we are begging you people to give us this slot. And we have decided to come back to you guys. Let's become one once again. Even though somehow it is not their fault, and somehow it is their fault. Though some sincere people among them that understand what bloodline is, that understand what has gone wrong when it comes to that denial and everything, they fought for it to bring them back to Southeast, though they did not succeed. But but they believe that this time they want to get it right, and they are begging the Southeasterners to please, give them this chance to take up your one state and let your brothers come to you. So that is a big request to me, to everybody. We know that that request is very big. Imagine telling Southeast to relinquish their one state they want to create for them. Let's give it to people across. Well, it is a big thing, and on the other hand, it's not a big thing to deal with. Remember, we are the same, we speak one language, we have the same culture, tradition, and everything. I'm coming out gradually, so you understand where I'm going. So the Southeasterners said, okay, you are our brothers. Now we want to accept you people as you plead. So, but we are going to, add some small part of us to make you people, have that, strongness in Southeast. So, but these are our younger brothers from Anioma side. They say, no, they don't want any part of, they start again. They don't want any part of Southeast to be among them. But they want Ibanke people to come and join them and the rest. Well, Southeast, they are still observing, they are still looking at it. But if you ask me my opinion, my personal opinion, I will say that that request is much, but it is not much. Usually, you know, when it comes to a family, you know, these small ones, they are usually feel threatened. They want to show themselves. You know, if you say one, they will say two, things like that. That is the typical situation of Anioma people. And being the big brother in the house, the Southeast, the present Southeast, your aim and your target should be, let's get our people together. Let's maintain peace among our relatives. Let's keep this peace. Let's maintain peace. Let's get our people together. That should be the aim of the eldest or the upper in the family, of which I believe Southeast is in that position to ensure that things are together. Forget what these people are talking about. They will not do this. It's their own that they want. This and that, that and that. Let us not forget that we still have our brothers at the Banke side. They need to come home. So to me, I'm still coming. So my people, in case if you did not get that, update I talked about, the release of what Ned Nwoko said concerning the situation on ground. Under Terrain Reporters. The title is A Time to Debunk Lies Propagated Against Anioma State Creation in the Southeast region. So, but this is the area I want you people to hear once again. The area that said, meanwhile, the press release by the Delta North local government chairman and state house members has no control, the process of the constitutional review on state creation, as the same persons had signed in favor of Anioma State Creation Bill proposal. Did you hear it? The state House of Assembly members and the 9 chairmen signed a letter that they are not interested in ceding of Anioma to the Southeast. So, but this is what Ned Nwoko is saying through his aide, Chief Justin Okbo. He said that these people have signed earlier, that they have signed earlier in favor of Anioma State Creation Bill proposal just before the Uyo/Enugu public hearing held few months ago, which has now become a working document for the successful completion of the process requisite for creating a new state as contained in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So, but all in all, we are coming out gradually. We are going somewhere. There is somewhere I am going. This is a personal decision, but some people might understand my position. But before we go to that section or that area that I'm going, let's hear what some people are saying.
But what we are saying here right now is that so many Anioma people that support the creation and zoning of Anioma State to the Southeast are not happy with that decision made by Southeast leaders. What we Anioma people want is Anioma State for Anioma people alone, and for the state to be zoned to the Southeast. Anioma State comprises of the indigenous Igbos in the Edo State, which are Ibanke people, Iru people, Ekpon people, and many others. There are about 7 Igbo-speaking community in Edo State. We want to make sure that they join Anioma State through boundary adjustments. We know that those Southeast leaders that are clamoring for unnamed states wants to have that their state by all means. And that's why they made everything possible for part of that unnamed state to be part of Anioma as a single state. But we Anioma people, we don't want it. 80% of Anioma people that wants Anioma State to be actualized and zoned to the Southeast, they don't want any part of the Southeast to join the map of Anioma. Because if you look at what is happening now, so many of our Southeastern brothers are saying that they want to go for other states. They want to go for Anim states. They want to go for Etiti states. That Anioma politicians are saying that they don't want Anioma state to be part of Southeast. That they want Anioma state to be part of South-South. One thing we all should know is that Anioma state we never created and zoned to the South-South. The proposal for state creation is for the Southeast alone. And if you look at what those politicians from Anioma that don't want Anioma state to be zoned to the Southeast are saying, they are saying that they are not against the creation of Anioma states, but that they don't want Anioma state to be zoned to the Southeast. This is for us to know that they want the states. But where it becomes so bad for them is that they cannot take Anioma state to the South-South. And that is where we have an edge over them. They know that if they do referendum, make Anioma people vote, say majority go vote, say they won't join Southeast. We know that Oshimiri and Aniocha people are in full support for Anioma state to be created and zoned to the Southeast. We know that so many Okwane people want Anioma state to be part of Southeast. We know that so many Ika people want Anioma state to be created and zoned to the Southeast. So those politicians from Anioma that are against the zoning of Anioma state to the Southeast, they are only securing the interest of their father, which is Ifeanyi Okowa. Only Ifeanyi Okowa and those politicians not be the full Delta North. If to so Okowa thought say he want to make Anioma state join Southeast, those politicians where they follow Okowa, they thought say they don't want to make it join Southeast. They go to say they want to make Anioma state join Southeast because their Oga Kwata don't tell them say he won't join Southeast. But because now Senator Nedwoko they agitate for this Anioma state, so they fight am. So our Southeast politicians make una not give up. Waiting Senator Nedwoko wants now una support. Because as una they clamor for Anioma states now, una they cause more confusion. Whether we like it or not, it's a confusion. Make we no allow those our Anioma brothers when they get dubbed, say if they join Southeast, say they go demarginalized, say they go do them like this. So I'm talking about those Anioma people that want Anioma state to be zoned to the Southeast. Because some of them they thought say I support the zone of Anioma state to the Southeast too. But this one they hear say Igbo people go marginalize us, say Igbo people go start to play politics on us. Let's prove them wrong by supporting Anioma state alone and not add any part of Southeast to the map of Anioma. If our Southeast politicians go fit do this thing, I go dey very happy. The Igbo unification movement go dey very happy. Ndi na Sobia socio-cultural organization where they champion this Anioma state cause, we go dey very happy. One thing our Southeast politicians know is that Anioma state will never be zoned to the South-South. Those politicians supporting Ifeanyi Okowa, they know it. They know say they no go fit. And they know that in case in the future that there is a call for a state to be created and given to South-South people, Anioma state will never be chosen. Other tribes in the South-South will stand against Anioma state to be created as a state and be kept in the South-South. Urobo people are there agitating for a state. Esan people are there agitating for a state. Ogoja people are there agitating for a state. Obolo people are there agitating for a state. So those people not go want to make Anioma become a state for South-South. Because Anioma don't lose the opportunity in the past. But with the unification movement, we not allow Anioma lose this opportunity. So if you come across this video, say you come from the Southeast, if you get connection, you know person wey be say they go fit reach all those politicians, call those politicians, tell them that let Anioma state be created for Anioma people alone. May they not add any part of Southeast for the map of Anioma. Majority of Anioma people are in support of Anioma state and the Southeast zoning. Those set of Okwane people, Eka people that are writing against the zoning of Anioma state to the Southeast, those people are paid actors. If you go to Okwane communities, Eka communities, Oshimiri and Aniocha communities, 80% of the people there will tell you that they are Igbo people. They will tell you that they want Anioma state to be zoned to the Southeast. For the whole Delta North, now only Okwane you go to see politicians wey be say they not get dream for their people. Okwane is the most backward Igbo speaking region in Delta North. Okwane is the poorest Igbo speaking region in Anioma land. For the entire Anioma land, now Okwane land they backward pass. See wetin our politician dey talk. Politician representing the entire Okwane local government. See rubbish when they talk. Politician will not get shame. I enter a comment section and I see some other Mumu Okwane people. They talk rubbish for in comment section. You are right, sir. Keep it up, sir. We are behind you. Those idiots, light not in their community. These people don't know this thing they pay me. My own community Ogume, we not get light. Osis and my mama village, they not get light, but they be Okwane people. It's very shameful. The man they write Delta Nut is not for sale. You get who they buy Delta Nut before? You get who want thief this Delta Nut come up for here where we dey? We are still in our land. Now geopolitical zoning, now be all this kata where they happen so. You follow other politicians for Anioma when they make Anioma state join start because say they follow Kowa. You follow them, they talk nonsense. Say Delta Nut is not for sale. Say you are proud to be a Delta Nuttaner. Delta Nut na tribe. Delta Nut is now a tribe. We Okwane people now we dey suffer pass. We not supposed to do the same politics with other region for this Anioma self. We not supposed to play the same politics with Oshimiri, Anyocha and the Ika people. We supposed to play our own politics because our own people they suffer for this Anioma land. But because of say Okowa na your godfather, you come online the right nonsense. And then Dokwa Anyeze, but na failure 9 day for House of Representatives, they represent India Anyeze. If you go Okwane land, no be person go tell you say these people they call themselves Anyeze, they just they deceive themselves. Okwane land will only be seen as Anyeze if Okwane land is being developed. If better thing come Okwane land, you want day for South. How many South people they invest for Okwane land? Our Southeast brothers, you people should drop that idea of adding part of Olo Ihiala local government in the map of Anioma. What we are clamoring for is Anioma state, not Anioma state. I know say so many of our Southeast brothers they don't tire for this Anioma state matter. So many of them don't diverse already. And they see their comments for comment section, they talk say we don't want Anioma state again. These people have insulted us so much. They have done this, they have done that. What I'm saying is those our brothers from the Southeast where no one give up on this Anioma state creation. Where stand by us, make una stand by us. Let's do everything possible to make sure that we actualize Anioma states. All we Anioma people want is make them come out those part of Southeast where they add for Anioma map. Make it be only for Anioma people. Make una know the reason that way Asaba of Asaba they talk. Asaba of Asaba is not the king of Oshimiri and the natural people. He's not the king of Okwane people. He's not the king of Ika people. That man is only speaking up for himself. Imagine for the map of the entire Oshimiri and Anyocha, all the kings there want Anioma state to be created as well to the Southeast. Only Asaba of Asaba say he wants to make Anioma state for South. So that is for you to know that the creation of Anioma state and the Southeast zoning have majority support from Anioma people. You people have seen so many videos of our kings in Anioma say that they want Anioma state to be zoned to the Southeast. Make una know the reason that way Asaba of Asaba talk. And this is the reason why the capital of Anioma will leave Asaba. Capital of Anioma is not the birthright of Asaba people. He go leave Asaba because we not need such a king where we say he not like unity, he not like Southeast. We not want to make the capital of our state there for the community of that king. That's why the capital of Anioma must leave Asaba. He go leave that place. All those protests where Asaba people they just waste their time. We Okwane people, let's be making a case that we want Anioma state to have his capital in Okwane land. The biggest community in Okwane land is Abe community. All the elders in Abe community are in full support for Anioma state to be created as zone to the Southeast. Go Abe community now, meet any of their elders. They go tell you see the Igbo people. Abe is an Okwane speaking community. Abe community is the biggest community in Okwane land. They have the land mass. Let the capital of Anioma state be in Abe community. Okwane people are the most marginalized people in this Anioma land. Make we use that capital city, compensate Okwane people. So many of my Okwane people, some of them they like, yeah, make I not talk, now so their nature be, make I not talk, make I just do my own, now be the problem what Okwane land gets. I'm not like that, I must speak up for my people. So, my Southeast brothers, big onu, support one on the creation of Anioma state. You people should remove that part of Southeast that you added to the map of Anioma. Let it be Anioma for Anioma people alone. We know say those our politicians for Anioma will not get future for their people. We know say they not go fit carry Anioma state to go for South. They no get that power. So they are only trying to cause confusion, make Southeast stop to the support Anioma, make Southeast start to the support a Titi state or an name state. As the thing they now, so many of our Southeast politicians are clamoring for Anim State. They are no longer clamoring for Anioma State. But as it be now, as those our Southeast politicians call the clamor for Anim State, it can't be like say they not get that interest for Anioma State. You can't be like say they want to make it say part of Southeast must join this Anioma to be Anioma State before they will agree. It's very bad. Because if I know the reason this thing from this angle why they talk so now, that's where people they talk say Ndi Igbo are not united, Ndi Igbo don't have one voice. You should say now truth that they talk. So we have to prove them wrong. Even if those our politicians will not get sense from Anioma, they thought they don't want to make Anioma State join Southeast. Southeast, you people should stand with Senator Ndwoko. Una get the majority. So many Anioma people thought they want to make them join Southeast. The entire Southeast thought they want Anioma. Una don't weaken the power of those our politicians who don't make Anioma State join Southeast. With the support that they give Senator Ndwoko, if we do referendum, una go see say Anioma State and the Southeast zoning go win. We go defeat those people who want to make Anioma State for South. Let's play this politics. Southeast support Anioma State for Anioma people alone and for Anioma State to be part of Southeast. This is what we, the good people of Anioma land, want. I'm not saying so many of our Southeast brothers not go like this video, but we have to tell ourselves the truth. I'm not saying politicians, so many of them get their own personal interest. Some of those politicians where they are Anim State, they want to make them join that part of Anim State for Anioma. Make them today inside politics. But make we look at from this angle where we dey talk so. If you add part of Southeast to Anioma, e no dey sweet those our Anioma brothers wey wan make Anioma State join Southeast. E dey cause more confusion. And e go dey sweet those our politicians for Anioma wey no get sense wey want to make Anioma State dey for South. Because they go dey talk say their plan don dey work. Wetin dem dey plan don dey work. Say they wan cause confusion. They go dey happy now say they don cause confusion. You don't say if all these politicians do something finish, they go call each other for phone, they go meet for somewhere, they celebrate, they laugh. So our Southeast politicians, make una not fall for this trap where these people they set for us. So you people should just stand with Anioma State. Make Anioma State just be for Anioma people alone. Mona drone always say what you want in Anioma State. The state must be created. Make una just stand say no only Anioma State una wants. And you go see say those our politicians not go feed you anything because we will start clamoring for referendum. Our Southeast leaders, make una hear this thing while they talk so. I'm telling you people the truth from my heart. What so many Anioma people are feeling. So many Anioma people don't call me. They tell me say they want to make Anioma State join Southeast, but they don't want to make part of Southeast join Anioma. Make it just be Anioma people alone. Since they just hear that news, they're not they happy. Whether our enemies like it or not, Anioma State must be actualized and sold to the Southeast. Anioma State for Anioma people is what we want. Ibanke and other Eka people in Edo State will be part of Anioma State. Anioma State must be actualized and sold to the Southeast. And there's nothing any politician from Anioma that is against the zoning of Anioma State to the Southeast can do about it. Ishia Gwale.
Aya ebukwa. Mwaburo ndukuru okwu. Aya obube. Ogene na afio. So from the look of things now, it means that even if Southeast agreed are tough, it has to be well stated. It has to be well stated that even if Southeast decide to drop, carving out some part of present Southeast, that's Anambra and Imo, into Anioma State as requested by Anioma people, the Southeasterners has to make them understand that this is a very big favor that Southeast is doing to their brothers across the Niger. It is not an easy decision, but if Southeast wants, they can still make that decision, play that big brother role of bringing their people together. I believe that the ancestors, because one day we will become all of us will become ancestors, and they will not like to throw we will not like our sons to throw us away. They want us. We want them to do what we want. So Southeasterners can decide to play this big brother role accept these people so far that it's going to be, you know, assented by the president, National Assembly, you know, and other people concerned that they are now part of Southeast. We may decide to swallow that opportunity, but it's not an easy decision anyway. Like I said, it's not, because we are throwing away our full state. A state, the more it's not an easy thing. The allocation that is coming from federal allocation that will be coming to our Southeast, that we want to shift to people that have been denying us. Oh my God. Hi. Well, it is not an easy decision, but my take is that Southeasterners can still take that decision. Bring them. Let it be in the history that these our younger brothers are the people bringing problem to us, but we are still accommodating them. It can be in the history if this thing is done, but it's not an easy decision anyway, like I said. So, but they are still having problem in that Anioma, you know, enclave. They are having a serious problem. They have not, the soup is not ready. They are already fighting who will eat the soup. You see their problem now. You see the Anioma people problem. Yeah, something that we are not even fighting the way they have. We that has that food, we are not even fighting the way that Anioma people are doing. They're already fighting among themselves now, politically. You know, and it's very clear that that one is politics. Politics is there also. That issue of people, you know, fighting against the ceding of Anioma to Southeast. Because the people that are doing this thing, they are still Igbo people. Are they afraid of maybe they will lose NDDC? How? That area is automatically under NDDC, Niger Delta Development Corporation. As Abia State is among NDDC, as well as Imo State. So they are not losing anything politically. It's still part of it. Probably they are afraid that Ned Nwoko is championing this one, that if they succeed, and Ned Nwoko is going to be on top of the situation politically more than them. But that is being selfish, because you guys are supposed to be reasoning collectively. Or as Ekecha na ama ebrubata no bi. Ejegode ejezota. Kaga zota na mazota zia we batazia no no. Okay, si emia. Na nwa oya mari ihe ga-ebugodoro ụzọ dozie ebe nne ya. O dozie ebe nna gị. Iwe ejizia je lụta obi nke gị. Okay, si emia. So this idea of location of capital and the rest of them, I think Southeast might decide to advise them on that, if that is becoming difficult for them to do. That is, if we later agreed on that their request, which is a difficult one. But however, let's hear what the Obuzo of Ibuzo. The man is still on the same course. He had this interview yesterday with Channels Television, and this is what he has to say based on the questions that they ask him. So let's have a look on that interview.
But I do gather, Prof, that you have been calling for Anioma State. Now, this conversation has been going on for a very long time. And for people who don't understand, for many people in the Southeast, you know, they feel like, look, we need to have more states in the Southeast so that we can be on the same level as other states, other regions rather, in the country, because, you know, they feel like, look, we may not be as big in size, but we do need that kind of representation on the level that we're seeing that representation across the country. So that's the premise for it. But talk to us about the need for Anioma State and how much progress has been made since this call started. I don't know, maybe like when I heard it the first time was about 10 years ago, but I do get that this has been going on for a very long time. So talk to us about the need for Anioma State and how far the conversation has gone in its creation, in your view, Prof.
Thank you very, very much. You've touched on something that is my passion. We know that this country has some majors and divisions and so on. So this started from the amalgamation itself, which is the North and the South, right? And then after we have what we call regionalization. The idea was to separate the three block powers, the Igbos, the Yorubas, and the Hausas in the North. Our own problem in Anioma here is that during the regionalization, you now put the boundary to cut the Igbo block into two, one to the right and one to the left, the block to the left. And those of us who are marginalized into on the left-hand side and merged with other communities have been crying since then. In 1939, my people raised a lot of objection, right? That the boundary between North and the West, the boundary between North and the East, all right, is not the River Niger or the River Benue. But the boundary between East and West was put on River Niger. And River Niger is in the middle of the Igbo block. So those of them who were marginalized to the West have been trying to go in. That's what we have been working on. And unfortunately, when we discuss it, we mix up so many things. This regional, we're talking about regions now. From now, we now come to creation of states. You now superimpose issues of creation of states on top of regionalization. We are saying no. The boundary between East and West is supposed to be a place just called near Abudu, right? And we haven't sorted that. Now you start creating states. Now have Anambra, Imo, and so on and so forth, all right? And have 5 states. Well, I agree with you. But since the Igbo bloc is deficient by one state, and the people who are in the East, in the Eastern bloc, are not helping us. Those of us who are moving to the West, they are not helping us. All right? If I anything, they host us. We had a union before, at the end of the day, they gave us them outside. All right? So we cannot go just into them as such. But if we are created now as a normal state, it can be zoned to the southeast. And that is apparently shifting the boundary from River Niger to beyond, to between Abo and the next, and the next town to it. Okay? So we are very peaceful people. And the question of sending us to Southeast is what they misunderstand. Because Southeast is the Igbo bloc. And we have gone beyond the Igbo bloc to the states. Anambra, Enugu, Imo, Abia, and so on. All right? So to us here, left in the West, for us to come, if the car was out, we will now form the 6th state of the Igbo bloc.
Yes.
Well, that completes the issue. It's question of pull us to go in. And again, I won't go into the details of what necessitated the boundary being where it is with River Niger. I won't, because it's something deeper than that.
Oh, yes.
But it's more punishment. And our brothers from the East were not sympathizing with us who were in the East, all right? But as nature will have it, they have carved them out into different states. We can't go and merge in any of them. So Anioma should be left where it is, but zoned to the southeast.
Okay.
The block.
All right, Prof. My colleague in Lagos, Ayo, has a few questions for you. Go ahead, Ayo.
Well, thank you. But then, as you said, the issues have been raised for many, many years. Even about 20 years before Nigeria's independence. Now we have had governments, we have had people from Anioma, I dare say, who have been in the National Assembly in the First Republic, the Second Republic, the Third Republic, and now here we are. Now, I'm just wondering, Prof, how come these issues are not as prominent as they should be? Because it would seem like the political representatives from the area are not as passionate otherwise about the issue. Otherwise, I expect that a lot of that will be coming up and being front burner issues.
Thank you very much. You're right. But for one reason or the other, I've told you that for Anioma issue, we started it since 1939. And I wasn't the first person to start championing that cause. Right? We're still asking for it. But as I told you, something behind it, because they were to punish some people who fought a war against the British government. We call it Aye Kumeko here. All right? And that was the reason why they marooned all the Inuani and Ibuzo people to Benin province, where they have no man to talk about. Right? Now that it is the creation of Bendel and Edo that liberated us and put us now with our brothers at Okwane together. And that's what we're still fighting, that now that there's the creation of state, those of us who are marooned, we understand ourselves, we will form a group, right? And so forth. So I'm sorry if they're not that passionate, but we don't have a poor background, right? If you know a little bit about the man you are talking to, you see, I've been all over the world, and yet I know what's happening, how people might emancipate themselves.
All right. Well, Prof.
I'm sorry
No. I appreciate. I think it's also an issue for some of them who have been there and who can still do something to take action. But then, talking about people who are from, in a sense, from the Igbo extraction, particularly from your area, and you're asking that, that affinity should be sustained. Yes. It's not just in Delta State that exists. In parts of River State as well, we hear people say something like, look, we are more Igbo than we are, South and all of that. Do you think it should be a holistic thing, or this Anioma State should just be singled out for that affinity with the Southeast?
What I'm saying is that the Anioma people were cut off during the time when we were doing regionalization, right? Our first prayer was to go back to the block. We haven't gone back to the block. Then you start creating states. Again, you create about all the states that I mentioned, right? Okay. If we have shifted the boundary to include the Anioma in the Igbo state, then we will not use whatever you feel marginalized as another state. That's what we have tried to do. All right? And so that sounds very simple. And that's exactly what whoever is representing us in the House is advocating.
Okay. So what are your suggestions now? What are the options that you believe are open to achieve this agitation? More than how many years now? It's been a very, very long time. So what are your aspirations? What are the options that are on the table that which you think that this can be done?
Is that those of us who suffered, who were marooned to the side, all right, are entitled to our own state. And that's how we approach them. We were actually separate communities. It was in 1989, through this effort, that we made together and formed ourselves into what we call Anioma, right? This Anioma is part of the Igbo bloc. That's one. Two, if they had allowed us to go into the Igbo bloc and the divisions are done, obviously, nobody we would have been included in the division. But they have divided the southeast, the east of the Niger, right, into states. Those of us who are marooned there are left now. We're now saying that we're all together form a state they call Anioma.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
And that Anioma should be now pushed to the southeast. All right? That to the Igbo block. And that makes the Igbo block 6 states.
Okay.
That's what we're saying. Huh?
But Prof,
about it.
Yes, but there are those who have also raised questions about the viability of many states. So what are the things that you believe will make Anioma State a viable state? Should the nation, the federation, decide that, look, every state must now become self-sustaining, what are the possibilities you see of Anioma State being able to stand on its own feet by itself?
Yeah, first thing you can see that we will now move to our kids and kin, the Igbo block. All right? 2, if they have any, we have also resources that we can use to sustain us. If we've been sustaining ourselves under slavery for this long, you know what it will be when we now gain our freedom, right? So we will have enough resources to look after ourselves. If I want to enumerate them, I will enumerate them. But we are part of Nigeria, right? So we think we are sufficiently endowed, given freedom to look after ourselves like any other state.
I mean, Prof, it's a conversation. It's one that, like you said, this push has been going on since 1939, and the need for the consolidation that in the southeast is one that will continue. But in closing, as we are wrapping up with you right now, Prof, do you think that you will get Anioma State in the near, maybe before 2027? Or maybe under the Tinubu administration? Do you think you're going to get it?
I am very, very optimistic that we should have it. We're overdue, right? We have been suffering marginalization since 1939. It could be earlier, but that is the regions were created then. That's when we now knew that we were being punished, right? Now we're going back to our brothers were not sympathizing with us. It is wrong for the Igbo bloc to be divided into 5 states, where the other blocks are 6 or more. They now pleading that the opening is for Anioma, because of that first mistake they made by cutting off part of Igbo land, right? Mind them, call them whatever you call Madu, but our name is Anioma, all right? And that encompasses everybody that was marooned to the west. The Aniocha people, the Ndokwa people, the Eka people, and the Oshimiri people. That's the backbone of Anioma we're talking about, all right? We're saying yes. Thank God we are talking about creating more states. Use us to send us back to the block where we belong. And that block will now have 6 states. Equalizing everybody everywhere. It's difficult. I don't see how that type of equation is difficult to solve.
Well, Prof, all the best in your agitations. We do wish you all the best, and our greetings to everyone in Ibuzo. We have been speaking this morning to Professor Louis Nwaboshi, the Obozo of Ibuzo, joining us via Zoom. Thank you so much again, Prof, for being with us on the program.
Thank you very much, Maria. Thank you. Nice to speak to you.
So, my people, having listened to that discussion by Obuzo of Ibuzo, he has said so many things, and people like us, people that we are born after the war, we may not know these ones, but he has said it, and we have taken note. Well, I still want to believe that in any issues at all can be settled once there is determination to get it right. There is still opportunity to get it right. So let us not lose hope. Let's see the outcome of this discussions that is still going on concerning the creation of Anioma State. So, but if you find this video interesting, don't forget to share it. Don't forget to let other people see what we discussed here and drop your own comments so that we can discuss things in the comment section. Well, I'm still Chinedu, a presenter of YangaLife. Until I come your way next time, I say bye for now.